nigga's about to turn into a walker.
But first, you want to add your cheese. We love our cheese here. None of us are lactose intolerant.
Yeah, we lower cheese.
So we load them on cheese, brother. Put the cheese away. Always make sure you clean up. Dude, don't fucking worry about it. You're worrying about it, I can see it. But anyway, we put the seasoning in next. Put the seasoning away. Put the pepper in. You want to put the pepper in. And then
You can see a little bit.
you want to come over here.
No flexion.
Take some of this body. Some of this body. Throw that in there.
I can't even do that.
Then turn this on. Turn this on high.
Not that big. Are they?
You're bulky. Oh shit, okay.
Are you watching this? Are you recording it? You recording it? I'm recording.
Yes.
They're broad. Yeah, they're broad pretty fed up. Hey, but unstoppable cut. What?
Yeah, brother. Nah, bro, you're losing it, bro. That's how mine are gonna look. Mine are gonna look worse.
Because the thing about right here is they only go in underneath. I might be in the military with fucking tanks.
Bigger, man.
Abdominals, bro.
Abdominals?
Yeah, you can still see a little bit, but
I got that
I lost some, bro. I like a fucking 2-pack, 4-pack of my friends. I need that 6-pack back.
good. Good, man.
What are you, fucking gay?
You fucking good.
You don't want the fucking off. You don't want no problems.
You don't want zero problems.
You don't want to smoke. You know what I mean? That Zaza premium.
Zaz.
Marshmallow OG.
Food from a plastic package sounds like heaven.
Chips?
Sweet.
Oh. Shut up, bro. Fucking, you're making me mad. Damn.
Little Debbie's and Valentine cakes. But not for love, for chocolate.
Customize and save $652 with Liberty Mutual.
Money. That's pink. Native. Bamboo. Bamboo. Everywhere. Treated bamboo. Genetically modified bamboo. Yeah?
Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Yo, you don't want to record any of the low lemon cooking, but I got it done. I got it fucking done.
Ooh!
Hey, bro.
Smells good.
Do this, bro.
You get 30 with it?
Oh, yeah, my 3 cameras.
Hey, you need a screen protector for your camera. Hey,
Don't even have the right camera for that.
Bah! Bah!
Not the green knife. He pulled out a knife and I was like, I bet. Let's go. Who took that broken ass screwdriver?
Alright, someone gonna use this pipe?
It follows you everywhere you go.
What's my plate?
What is that?
It follows you everywhere you go.
I don't get it. Roadhouse?
Yeah, that's that restaurant at Compass.
Ah! Hey, who's the plate of that?
That's mine.
Not my
These
plate.
nuts.
Mine. Cracker.
My plate.
My
I
plate.
wanna get my grub and then,
Ha. Tyler, can you please record me?
Yeah. As always, bro.
As always.
Taking my grub. That's how primordial fucking apes used to fight over food.
That's just pretty good, bro.
You got some for you?
You want this?
It does not taste good. He doesn't want to tell me. It doesn't taste good. Damn it! I fucked him up, boys. I fucked him up. You know why? Because he wasn't there recording. It's supposed to be slow cooked. I fucking cooked them too fast.
What did you add?
Cheese, about a fucking tablespoon butter.
Oh yeah, a fucking lot of cheese. That's what it is.
We're not lactose intolerant here.
Yeah.
Fucking mound of cheese on that bitch. What the hell? Not good though.
Legendary photo, man.
Good song playing.
Good
night. Good evening, y'all.
3 in the morning.
As I like to say, after 12 o'clock is when the real night begins.
Spend half your time sleeping. Why?
You only need 4 hours of sleep, max. Drink coffee.
That's what it is.
Harness energy. That's what you need to do.
Eat lots of eggs with bacon and lots of cheese. Smoke lots of weed.
Maybe a little bit less butter.
More butter next time.
Full cup of butter, fuck it. There's no rub left. Get that wood rub.
How did he take? How did he take? We didn't turn Bob. I need to find what? Captain Warhawk on the hunt.
What do you say about Captain Warhawk?
Did you hear that?
What do you say about Captain Warhawk?
He's on the hunt.
And then he talked shit about my eggs, so I said, alright, I gotta find out where your girlfriend lives.
No, I didn't.
You said that 100 eggs were better. What? You said 100 eggs were better. Nigga, shut the fuck up, bro.
What?
You said that 100 eggs were better, but stop acting retarded.
I'm fucking idiot.
Anyways, I asked where his girlfriend lived. And I said I was gonna send an ape squad over there. But with an R in front of it. And Captain Warhawk. The leading arm.
Heading command.
Rockstar Games. You have a $20,000 bounty on your head. You messed with the wrong people.
Why they say for me for?
I actually could put a bounty on any one of you guys' heads.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
Shut the fuck up. Do it, pussy.
Yeah.
Put a real bounty on.
Put a bounty of $1 on my head.
I'll put a bounty on your head.
But
I'll say if you get this nigga, I'll give you a shout out on the announcements. What the fuck?
Tyler Clevis just got shot in the fucking face!
Woo! Shout out that motherfucker!
It'll be fucking Tyler Cornell, bro, too.
Shout out that nigga Tyler Cornell! Let's go! Woohoo!
Ever since I just fucking dreamed to be on the announcements, bro. All that nigga cares about is publicity, but he has so little. Bro, during the homecoming, he was popular as fuck, though.
With who?
What?
With who? Oh, because he was at homecoming?
Yeah, like, homecoming court and all that shit, like, that's why he was, like, he got really popular at that time.
What do you mean he got really popular at that time? That's so weird. What are you talking about?
Did he win?
And then why are you talking like that, nigga? What do you mean he was really popular then?
Well,
Obviously.
no one really talks to Kyler, right? Because it's Kyler.
Sure, I suppose.
But,
I'm just an everyday guy trying to get some Pokemon. Oh my fucking lord, what are you doing? Oh my lord, dude.
it's okay, there's vials, bro. Come here. Give me a kiss, buddy. You want this? You gotta give me a kiss. Okay, dab me up.
Julius, you're doing weird shit with your dog.
Dab me up.
No, he's dabbing up.
Dab me up. Dab me up, dab me up. Oh, yeah.
You want to catch you guy over there? Got you. You gotta do the dishes. Do the dishes. You gotta do at least 3 dishes.
What, are we all doing dishes?
Yeah, you have to at least do 3. We're gonna do most of them. You at least have to do 3.
Look, I'm doing them right now.
Not you. You don't gotta do them. You're gonna fucking throw up in there and sink it. I can't handle it. So yeah, but you 3 dishes at least.
Okay.
Cool. We'll do that now.
You.
I will. I'll
You.
do them. You're gonna put in a lot more hours than you, bro. Don't worry about it. You get 3 now, and then in 5 minutes you come back up and do 3 more. You every 5 minutes you'll have it done in no time.
All fucking talk.
Shut up. What did you say, bro?
All fucking talk.
I don't talk, I speak. Different. When you talk, you don't mean anything. When you speak, you're trying to adhere to the voice, to the ears around you, and the surrounding people.
100, bro. The funniest moment I ever had with you was in that drug test room. And like she said, we need about this much, okay? I was like, in sperm cells or piss? And you just go, damn, if you can feel that much, you might need to go get help. Like, shit, you might as well do it for a job. Complete fact. I could feel the entire jar now, man. I'm a god. No fact has done it to me.
Hey Julius,
Yeah.
what cooking ingredients do you have?
Everything.
None, dude.
Done.
None.
Yeah, we got some, dude. What are you talking about?
I think you just want something for
What do you want to cook? If you clean 7 dishes, you can have free reign in the kitchen. As long as you clean 3 dishes after you're done doing shit and clean up your area.
You just getting into your fucking neighborhood, bro.
I'm not giving him to do anything.
You have a sponge?
Yeah.
Is it here?
It should be hanging up. It should be a rag, actually.
This blue striped one?
Yeah, blue little striped rag. No, that's a towel, buddy. No. Look in there though. It should be in there. It should be a tiny one. In the drawer over there by the fridge.
This is fucking hilarious to watch.
Weird pattern.
As long as it's small, it should be fairly small.
Green.
I read them.
house, a tree house. Honestly, I don't care. Hello, humidity. Nancy Hudson with the sexy garden.
Landscape architect.
A tiny home with aggressive flair. Somewhere, anywhere. As long as they have child.
Booking.com? Booking.
Yeah. I know that this road has been very hard. And yet here you are, building this magnificent family. What's going on in that head of yours?
Something little piece of it. Said, Dad, they're not afraid of anything. But I am. I'm afraid of losing someone I love. Dominic Toretto, you're about to learn all about fear. Oh. You built such a beautiful life, filled with love and family. I never got the chance. You stole that from me.
You know what I love? Black people.
You love black people?
Yeah, you're so cute.
You're fucked up. Fucking fucked up. Fuck you, dumbass. Fucker, you're fucked
No,
up.
no, I like Mexicans.
I'm gonna break
That's
you
better. Mexicans are pretty cool. I like Mexicans.
piece by
From the
piece.
hood. From the hood, the ones that shoot each other.
What are you, the only motherfucker in the whole world? I never understood Fast and Furious.
One of us might not come back from this. But we have to fight.
Never accept death when suffering is owed.
This is set up.
He's trying to tear us apart. Winning used to be about winning. We raced for respect. Today, I race to stop the bloodbath. That's the problem with having such a big family. How do you choose the ones you save? Let's race! You still know how to drive? What do you think?
It's showtime. Here we go.
Game recognizes game.
I'm coming for you, son. Here they come. You will never be able to break my family.
Good morning, sunshine. You gotta be kidding me.
Seems to be harder than ever to get through to people logically. In fact, some of the smartest people have the most sophisticated psychological booby traps when it comes to heated subjects. So in this video, we are going to break down why sometimes people won't listen to reason even when they're smart, and what techniques you can do to finally get through to those people so that they see the light.
Can we
The
really
first thing that you need to
blame
realize
Carlos?
is that people can
No!
fall into a pit
No!
that makes them
We
impervious to
can't
reason
blame
argument.
him
What
any
pushes them into that pit is
longer.
called cognitive dissonance.
Why?
Cognitive dissonance is the state of having thoughts, actions, beliefs, or desires
We
that are
can't be
inconsistent with one
playing
another.
the
The classic
fault on
example is someone who
him.
smokes knows that smoking kills, yet says that they want to live a long, healthy life. Their beliefs and their actions don't seem to match up. Now, having one's own cognitive dissonance pointed out is uncomfortable. That's because there's often an unspoken cost to changing certain actions or opinions. In this case, stopping smoking would lead to painful withdrawals. So the most common way that people make cognitive dissonance more bearable is by sneakily changing another thought or action, even if that one makes them irrational. That means that our smoker who can't quit only has irrational paths out of cognitive dissonance. They may point to individuals who smoked without consequence, insist that they have the healthiest genes, or say that they don't care if they die early, even when they really do. The big takeaway is that sometimes, especially in politics, religion, or emotional life choices, the most ridiculous belief that we have is the one that is most difficult to change. That is why smart people cling to silly positions. It's also why it's critical that you recognize cognitive dissonance if you're ever going to get through to those people. Because the worst thing that you can do in moments where people are deep in a cognitive dissonance shutdown is to continue with logical argument. That will just drive them deeper into irrationality. So here are 7 tells that someone is going into a cognitive dissonance shutdown, and you need to tread carefully. Keep in mind that none of these are perfect indicators. There are times when each tell is entirely reasonable. But if you see several tells, it's likely you're encountering cognitive dissonance. Also, my intent here is not to make fun of the people in these examples, just to learn from them, because we all get caught up in cognitive dissonance from time to time. So the first indicator is being stunned by new information without conceding or adjusting your perspective. Take, for example, Kathy Newman after she'd asked Jordan Peterson about why he feels that he has the right to offend people in the pursuit of truth.
You're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on. Exercising your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me.
But you haven't sat there and... I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Ha, gotcha.
You have got me. I'm trying to work that through in my head. Yeah, it took a while.
It did.
When someone is stunned, it means that they encountered surprising new information, and to not adjust one's perspective based on that new information can point towards cognitive dissonance. But I repeat that alone is not enough on its own, which is why you should pay attention for number 2, being unable to accurately summarize the other side's perspective. And this is often preceded by, so you're saying.
You're saying that trans activists... But you're saying, right, so you're saying that anyone who believes in equality, so you're saying give people equality of opportunity, that's fine.
We see Ben Affleck do this in his conversation with Sam Harris when Sam is critical of aspects of the doctrine of Islam.
We have been sold this meme of Islamophobia where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Right. You're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing.
Now, this needs to be contrasted with summarizing the other side's perspective in a way that genuinely attempts to portray them in their own words. This is to be encouraged, and you can see Jon Stewart do it here with Bill O'Reilly.
Let me go to a different point, if I may. It sounds like what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't want to be wrong when I'm with you, because you know I got mad love for you. That's a rap phrase. I got it.
The third tell is mind-reading the other side's intent, especially when the intent is presumed to be nefarious. Ben Shapiro made this mistake in his conversation with Andrew Neil, assuming that Andrew must be on the left because he asked him pointed questions. Ben continued to disbelieve Andrew even when Andrew had indicated that Ben had misread his intent.
You as a journalist are proceeding to call one side of the political aisle ignorant, barbaric, and sending us back to the Dark Ages. Why don't you just say that you're on the left? Is this so hard for you? Why can't you just be honest? Seriously, it's a serious question.
Mr. Shapiro, if you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it. So let's move on. Would you vote for Mr. Trump?
From your own questions exactly what you are,
Trump?
The fourth tell is regular.
I used to be pretty clueless about shopping, among other things. Like when I heard I could save by getting cash back with Rakuten, I was like, as if. But then I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? You can get cash back on all the fashion, even the most capable outfits. At your fave beauty stores. Ooh, eye cream. Not that I need it. And on pretty much whatever. Who put that there? In conclusion, you'd have to be butt crazy to shop with that Rakuten. Jing, hello. Do I even get a rebuttal? I'm sure it'd be pretty brutal. Whatever.
Aren't you a little old for high school?
What?
Price pinch, give it the hammer. Workload overload, give it the hammer. Stuck in a funk, give it the hammer. Hard times, no time. When times get tough, the tough, give it the hammer. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
Fourth tell is regularly moving goalposts. It's of course okay to clarify your position, but if you notice that someone is regularly adjusting the criteria by which they judge an argument, you're likely witnessing cognitive dissonance. For context, in this next clip, Stewart and O'Reilly are arguing whether it reflects poorly that Barack Obama had Common to the White House, given that Common has defended someone accused of killing a police officer. Jon Stewart points out that Springsteen, Bono, and Bob Dylan also did the same thing, and we get this exchange.
Oh, wait, let me reply. Okay, so you say that because Bono, Springsteen, and Bob Dylan wrote songs defending people who were accused of heinous things, that I have to give Common a pass because he did the same thing.
You have to be consistent with your outrage.
Let me give you... Be consistent. I will. Common visited, went to see.
The fifth tell is yelling or getting angry, especially self-righteous anger. And you just saw it with Bill O'Reilly a bit, but here's another example from Ben Affleck and Sam Harris. For context, while Ben does make good points that most Muslims are good human beings, he's not responding to Sam's criticisms at all. You can hear Sam try to explain his actual position, but he can't get through because of the yelling.
How about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punch women, who just want to go to school? Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do any of the things you're saying all Muslims. Wait a second. Things, and you're painting the whole group religion with that. No, let's.
The sixth tell of cognitive dissonance is attacking someone's character instead of addressing their arguments, and it's often a sign in light of a losing argument. This is a last resort.
You are, in terms of your group identity.
You're just saying things though to provoke, aren't you? I mean, you are a provocateur.
I never said
You're like
anything.
the alt-right that you hate to be compared to. You want to stir things up.
And 7 is retreating from a point without any concession. This is the least of a giveaway, since there's often good reasons to move on in an argument, but it should be noted nonetheless, especially if someone retreats rather hastily to move along.
You don't set out
Now
to
and
provoke.
then, I'm not interested in provoking.
But what about the thing about, fighting and the lobster? Tell us about the lobster.
Well, that's quite a segue. If you see 2, 3, or more of these signs, stop debating. Stop with logical arguments because they will not get you anywhere. You are in the midst of dangerous cognitive dissonance. Instead, your first order of business should be to re-establish rapport with the person you're communicating with. We've covered this at length in our videos on Crowder and Trevor Noah, which I'll link to for a thorough breakdown of rapport, but for the fastest effect, mid-conversation, crack a joke that does not insult the other side, like this.
This is kind of fun, though, is it not?
It is.
And my frustration is not, again, it's watching the entire system.
I know. You loathe the network, but you kind of loathe me a little less. I got it.
No, I don't even loathe.
Let's talk politics.
I actually enjoy your company. I feel like we should get together outside of this weirdly egg-shaped table.
Good-natured jokes are especially effective because cognitive dissonance is like a shell that prevents new information from coming in. As long as you are perceived as a threat, the other person's shell will stay up. But if you signal that you're not a threat by making someone laugh, they will feel safe enough to finally open back up. Once the other side has opened back up, you're going to have to employ 3 counterintuitive mindsets to finally get them to listen. First, demonstrate no superiority if they switch to your side. When you rub winning an argument in people's faces, they will slip back into cognitive dissonance. If your aim is to change someone's mind, you need to resist the urge to do things like this.
You talk a lot about the Pareto distribution, yes?
That doesn't mean I defend it.
Well, okay, you...
No, not well, okay.
Yes.
Second, do not force people to immediately live out their new values. Our hypothetical smoker is going to have a really hard time conceding that smoking is ruining their health if they're forced to quit cold turkey in that same breath. So you need to allow people space to separate honesty from integrity. Third, do not hold past inconsistencies against people. People have a strong desire to defend things that they've said and done in the past. So when you bring up those inconsistencies, it can drive them to abandon the new belief that they're trying out just just so that they can remain consistent with their past selves. But all of this stuff is worth only so much if you use it just with conversation with others. Because the most dangerous cognitive dissonance you will ever encounter is your own. Your cognitive dissonance is what makes you the smart person with some dumb opinions, and we all have some. Now, admittedly, spotting cognitive dissonance in yourself is harder, though the 7 tells can tip you off if you have super high self-awareness. And the solution of allowing yourself to crack a joke, forgive your past inconsistencies, will help you move through cognitive dissonance gracefully. But there is one more piece that helps the most with your own person, and that's when you feel yourself losing track of an argument, you start to raise your voice, or you just get the sense that you're trying to win instead of learn or communicate. Connect with your body. Literally, look downward into your chest, placing a hand on your heart or belly, and take a deep breath. Cognitive dissonance often feels like panic if you tune into it, which is why people enter fight or flight in those arguments. But when you slow down and you pay attention, you'll find that you're actually just having a discussion and exploring a perspective that may be more in line with reality, and your sense of logic will start to come back to you. Now, if you can do this in real time, you won't just be part of the solution to communication breakdowns, which is amazing in and of itself. You will see things that other people cannot see. You'll take your ego blinders off and be better prepared to succeed in politics, relationships, work, or life. If you don't do this, you'll find yourself in a near perpetual state of shock and outrage when the world doesn't match your predefined expectations, and worse, you'll be poorly equipped to do anything to improve it. Thanks to our sponsor for this video, Audible. Audible is having a special holiday offer where you can get 6 months of Audible Plus for just $4.95 a month at audible.com/charisma or by texting charisma to 500-500. Audible Plus gets you unlimited downloads of Audible originals from creators like Mel Robbins, Mark Manson, Kevin Hart, and Neil Gaiman. Plus, it gets you unlimited access to classic books like 1984 or The Art of War. The nice thing about Audible is that you can listen to it while you do things like run errands or do chores, so no matter how busy your day is, you're always able to find time to learn and to grow. You can go to audible.com/charisma or text charisma to 500-500 to get 6 months of Audible Plus for just $4.95 a month and then $7.95 after that. The link is on the screen and in the description. Either way, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Should go for a run today, but it looks like it could rain.
Save on epic rain jackets at Sierra.
Great, but these running shoes are really beaten up.
Running shoes for way less at Sierra.
Thing is, I used to go running with my girlfriend, but then she left me.
Oh, bummer. Here's a canoe. Oh, sorry. Have another one.
Is that a spare canoe?
No.
Let's get moving.
Want to know something about yourself? Sit on your bed one night and say, what's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? You meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one. When you're trapped, some of it's your own inadequacy. What you can do to begin with is every bloody thing you possibly can do to put yourself in the most virtuous and powerful negotiating position possible. Wherever I go in the world, people come up to me and they often have a pretty rough story to relate. It's an awful thing because you see, even in the revelation of their triumph, the initial depth of their despair. So I wouldn't change that. But it's not nothing. It's certainly not just happiness. It's better than happiness, but it's almost unbearable.
Can you do me a favor if you're listening to this and hit the subscribe button, the follow button, wherever you're listening to this podcast? Thank you so much. The conversation you guys have been waiting for. I say that because of the thousands and thousands of messages I've had since I announced that Jordan Peterson, the man himself, all the way from Canada, came here to sit in my kitchen and have a conversation with me. And what a conversation it was. One of the most moving moments in the history of this podcast takes place in this conversation. And I think the thing that people love about Jordan Peterson is his unrelenting desire to just say what he believes to be true, not what he believes to be correct. Not what people want to hear. Not what people will be happy to hear. And it's because of that, it's because of his pursuit of truth, that he's managed to change millions and millions and millions of people's lives. That is absolutely no understatement. So without further ado, I'm Stephen Bartlett, and this is the Diary of a CEO. I hope nobody's listening, but if you are, then please keep this to yourself. I feel like I owe you a debt of gratitude, and I want to say thank you for the impact you've had on my life, and I'll point at the specific impact you've had on my life. And you asked me before we started recording why this podcast had been successful. One of the reasons is actually something I've gained from reading and listening to your work, and that's this real commitment to trying to be your true self and trying to be your truth. This podcast wouldn't be successful, and I wouldn't have been successful in terms of pursuing myself had I not understood the importance of truth across all facets of life and in my relationships, which was a real pivotal thing for me. And that's
so what's changed in your relationships as a consequence of that?
So I believe it's really difficult to truly connect with someone if you're not speaking and being your truth. And I wasn't. I think I was wearing a mask in my relationships in the context of I didn't express how I was thinking and feeling. I was trying to be who I thought my partner wanted me to be. And at the point when I let down the mask and I started speaking my truth, actually as I was departing from the relationship got stronger than ever before. And it was like we were never actually connected until I was being true with her, with my feelings, with what I wanted, with my life. And since then, I would categorize my relationship as being the strongest thing I've ever seen in terms of a romantic connection with someone.
So when you were starting to talk in your relationship in a more truthful manner, what did that mean that you had to admit? I mean, you just said that part of it was a disconnect between who you were trying to be and who you really were. So that's a persona issue, right? So you think maybe, and everyone has this proclivity to some degree, is they're deeply self-conscious and uncertain, and so instead of allowing the person they're with to connect with that underlying uncertainty and inadequacy, they act out a persona. And then the problem is that, well, perhaps the person falls in love with that persona, but there's no real connection there. It's an artifice. And having said that, one of the things that Carl Jung, the great psychotherapist, said about a persona is, don't be thinking that you're better off if you never formed one. So for Jung, it was a voyage from, say, undifferentiated self in infancy and so forth, through persona to authenticity. Because you have to act out your ideals to some degree, right? And you also have to formulate an avatar of yourself in some sense that's a mediator between you and other people in casual social encounters. Like, you don't want to walk into the bank and have the teller tell you about his or her day when you say, "How are you doing?" Right? I mean, now and then that can happen, but generally it's too much intimacy too quickly. And so you need this functional shell. But